I'm Jay Verma. I'm a writer. I write in Hindi. I'm an author. I write mainly poetry and short stories and articles, which were published in magazines and newspapers in India, America, and England. I came to England in 1971. My husband was a doctor and he was working in the Royal Infirmary, Derby, when he got his first job. And I used to write him on London Road, that is the address. Whenever I go, even now, I just see that address and then very familiar to me. But he could not find a family accommodation here, so he moved to Gateshead, which is in Newcastle. And then, so I came to Newcastle in Gateshead in 1971 to join him, really, that's it. I didn't know that we are going to stay for so long. We only came for a few years, say a couple of years, or at the most 5 years. That was our plan, that he will do his further study and learn more about medicine, and we travel Europe and England, and then we'll go back. That was a very simple plan. And 5 years gone, we could not save money to go and visit our family, because junior doctors those days, they used to earn £100 per month, and we could not save the ticket money really, because we had 2 children. And so we went to India after 5 years just to see our family. And then he got a job in Nottingham, 1976. And so we came to Nottingham and never looked back really. Okay. My impression of Nottingham was very good, because we were in Barnsley before coming to Nottingham. And when we came to Nottingham, we loved the city, lot of greenery, nice schools. We saw the school as well that day. First day we came to see Nottingham actually. River Trent and big city, but not that big city. So it was good really. And so we liked the Nottingham straight away, and we said yes, we can live here. Nottingham is a very, sort of like cosmopolitan and very diverse community. First of all, we heard of Nottingham for Lord Byron and the Robin Hood, because when we were coming from Barnsley, the Sherwood Forest came on the way, and then later on actually because Lord Byron and D.H. Lawrence, and that was is renowned for. So, you can't see writers straight away as soon as you come, but you come to know the society, the community, and you work with them and you learn a lot really. And then there are a lot of languages here in Nottingham: Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi, English, and that's what we liked about. Because for first 5 years, no one was there to speak Hindi with me. I used to miss Hindi. I used to miss my mother tongue. I used to miss the noise of Hindi. And when I came to Nottingham, I was so delighted to see the Hindi school. And as soon as I came here, because my mother tongue is Hindi, and so I just took my children to Hindi school. And the first day, the head teacher said to me, "Why don't you stay with the children instead of leaving there for 3 hours and coming back?" And I didn't know what to do because first night. So I stayed there. And second week she said, "Oh, well, you start teaching children." And I said, "No, I'm not a teacher. I know Hindi." But she said, "No, your Hindi is very good. You should teach." And I said, "Well, I'm not a teacher really." And she said, "We'll give you the training." And then I had the teacher training, first stage. And then I started teaching Hindi. I was just home looking after my children. I was a housewife. And till I came to Nottingham, it was a different world. England was a different place for me. But as soon as I came to Nottingham, the life became very interesting and things started, coming in my way really. I did not go for them, they came to me really. I don't know how it happened. I never planned my life really. Things happened and that's it. And then I used to miss the language. As soon as I came to Nottingham, people were speaking in Punjabi, in Urdu, in Hindi, and all kinds of other languages, Bengali, and it was good really. And then we liked it really. And the weather is better, and somehow I still say that Nottingham's weather is much better, because it is a valley actually. It rains in the Derbyshire, it has fog in the Derbyshire, but Nottingham, it has got sunshine. I'll say Nottingham is a very friendly place really, and it is situated on the River Trent. River Trent is very important. And the Trent Bridge, whenever people come from India, the guests, any visitors, I take them to show the Trent Bridge, cricket ground. That's what they feel very close to, because they see the cricket match all the time, every day. And then Castle, Nottingham Castle, and D.H. Lawrence House in Eastwood, and Newstead Abbey. So I take them all these places, and of course Sherwood Forest. How can you have Nottingham without Robin Hood? Nottingham is full of opportunities. It's very vibrant city. There are a lot of things here, like Radio Nottingham. I used to do the program on Navrang program, because my friend Pushpa Rao, she used to do it, and Khalid Sharif. And whenever either of them were on holidays, they used to call me, and I didn't have any training of the radio, but I did it. I don't know how I did it. It was interesting to listen to the old songs and my favorite songs, and people used to ask for the program. They used to ask for their own songs to play. So it was fun, really. The Nottingham County Council gave us the mother tongue project in '88, and they asked us to do some books. So we, as a group of teachers, we did 31 books, which we translated from English to Hindi, and we made them Indianized. Say, like Alison's wedding became Meera's wedding, and like Ram and Ram's Parshala, and Mera Parivar, these sort of things. And then whatever stories we remembered from the childhood, from the past, we wrote those stories. And we covered all the festivals, Holi, Diwali, and Raksha Bandhan, and these one. And so we wrote these 31 books, and they were part of the curriculum. And it was our Nottingham County Council's project. I did BA from India, and I had English literature, and economics, and drawing and painting. I used to do paintings, and then in the part of literature, we used to read George Bernard Shaw, Shakespeare, Lord Byron, and Keats and Shelley, and William Wordsworth. So that's how when I came first time, I wanted to see that cottage where William Wordsworth wrote the daffodils. That was the first thing. Right, because when we in Nottingham, then there are a lot of communities here, and Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshi. Then we used to have say a program, or we used to have artists from India, Pakistan. We used to invite like Ravi Shankar and Mehdi Hasan, Ghulam Ali. But what used to happen actually, we didn't have an association like this or an organization. That's when Nottingham Asian Art Council was founded 35 years ago, and I have been part of it since it was founded, and I am one of the committee member, and nowadays I am a director of Nottingham Asian Arts Council. And so we used to invite these poets, writers, and singers, and lots of plays, and really that inspired me. Must be something happening in the background which I was not aware. And then I started writing poetry. In about 2000, I wrote few poems before, but I didn't think they were poems actually. And one day one of my friends said, well, there's a radio program from Leicester, why don't you read your poem there, 10 o'clock? It used to come 10 to 11. And I said, who will read poetry 10 to 11? And who will listen to it? She said, no, phone that, Sanjay Sharma's program. So one day I phoned, and I told Sanjay that I write poetry, and he said, is it your own written? I said, yes. He said, can you read it to me? And I wrote it. I read it. I read the poem. And he said, it's very nice. He was giving me encouragement. And I said, were you only saying it because you are a DJ and you are encouraging people? He said, no, it's a good poem. And then someone else sitting in Birmingham listening to this poem, which I was very amazed really. As soon as the program finished, he phoned 11 o'clock to our house. He was one of my husband's friend, his class fellow. And he said, I want to congratulate Bhabiji. And my husband said, 11 o'clock in the night, you want to congratulate? And he said, yes, I heard her poem. And I was listening Sanjay Sharma's program, and did she write it? And he said yes. So that's how actually I got encouraged. Then he said, why don't you join a group in Birmingham, Geetanjali? So I joined that group, and because in Nottingham we didn't have any group like this actually, where I could join and start reading my poetry and listening to theirs. Then after going to Birmingham for a couple of years, I was inspired by that, and so I started a group in Nottingham, Kavirang, in 2003. It's a multilingual poetry group. Writers here in our group, they write in Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi and English, because some of them, they know all these languages but they like to write in English, and which is very successful group really. We were 3 of us to start with, and then now 31 writers, they're writing poetry and the stories, and they got their books published. Well, I mean, I'll say I brought up my family. That is the most important thing for me really. I got 2 children, and I brought them up, and I'm very proud grandmother, 3 granddaughters. They write poetry as well. 6 years old, she started writing. She wrote a poem about Robin Hood, and one of the writer from India, he came and he tried to understand Robin Hood story. He could not understand the concept behind it, and then he read Tara's poem, Robin Hood, where are you? And he said, oh, that is Robin Hood, now I know. When you talk about the pride, what do you take the pride in life? Of course, it's my, as I said, family, but then same time is the writing and the connection with people, because I like people, and I'm so pleased about this one that I'm part of the local group as well as the Indian, Pakistanis and Bangladeshi people. So country and the language is not important really, it's the people, and it's their feelings, and it's their temperament and their concept behind it, and that's what I like about really. And so I like writing poetry and stories and articles. They selected 101 writers of Nottingham, and I was one of them, and they put my name on the column. On one column was my name, Jai Verma, and my poetry. I wrote a poem about Nelson Mandela, and it was translated in English, and there were few lines of that. And the right column, there were D.H. Lawrence. I could not believe really. And then in 2012, there was an exhibition of the portrait of Nottingham's civilians of 500 years. And my portrait was displayed there in the castle for 3 months. And then, so Nottingham is full of opportunity really. And Nottingham has recognized my work. And the City of Literature, I am part of it. And same time, if any work going on really, I keep in contact with them, and they keep contact with me. Nottingham is a very good place really. It's a very nice place to live and to work and to bring up your family. That's what I like about Nottingham, because it's not a small city, it's a good city, and it is very much connected with the north, east, west and south. And the climate is good, the people are very good, and they are a diverse community here. So there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of languages, and it's fun to be living in Nottingham really. I would not choose any other place really.